In this video, we're going to cover solvent traps, or as they're worded now. In the old days they used to call these solvent traps, but now they call them automotive fuel filter solvent traps. And it was just something, I got a couple of them here, and just talk about these interesting items since we're already doing polymer 80 lower pistols, and also we're going to go on to some other 80% stuff. But let's take a look at what I got in the mail the other day, and we'll talk about what these things are and prices and everything else. Alright, let's open up our package. What solvent traps are, and being a machinist, you always get people asking me if I can do this. For a time they marketed what they would call a solvent trap, and supposedly what it was a tube that you screwed onto a threaded muzzle of a firearm, and then when you pushed your cleaning rod through, it collected the residue and stuff in the tube. And basically what it was like an 80% completed silencer. Now there were several companies that made these using flashlight battery or flashlight tubes for like the mag lights or mini mag lights, nicely machined aluminum tubes. They screwed caps on and made internal washer parts or baffles for the silencer. And after a time there were some incidents and things went wrong, and these companies were kind of shut down, so I never thought much about it. And I was looking at a couple things online and looking at the polymer 80 frames, and when I was online I found that they had these tubes again, these filter what the hell are they? Solvent traps, but they call them automotive fuel filter solvent traps, and I believe they're made in China. Okay, this is what we got here. Zoom in some more. And I found a bunch of these different places selling these things online. And the price range is anywhere from like these here, I think I got for $10 a piece, to where they go up to $70, $80 depending on the size and that. And they're available from several places. Now these are marked 1/2 inch 28. So when you take one side of the tube off, cap, it's a pretty long cap. It's threaded. Supposedly 1/2 inch 28, so says the box. So there's your tube and the threading on there. There are two washers that come, or two O-rings, I'm sorry. There are these two little O-rings that also come in this kit. Now supposedly inside here are storage cups. Well, we got a sleeve. And these are supposedly these storage cups that come in, little cone shaped things here. And these all have a black finish on there. Get them all out. Now on the other end is another cap, similar to that cap. And this cap is, it's got a like a spot on there. There, you can see it. But it's solid. Okay? So let's see what we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 6. We have 7 of these supposed, as they're called, storage caps. 7 of these. And these have an angle to them. You know, you can see in there. And I believe they stack in there, or we're stacking in there, like this, or are stackable like that. And these also are machined aluminum, and they have a little spot base on the nose there. Let's see if you can see it. There. And a fairly nice tube threaded on both ends. Okay, so you got your tube, you got your 7 cups, a spacer of some sort here. And you got a threaded cap on the end of 1/2" 28, which is marked on the outside of the box. You can also get a 5/8 thread size, I believe. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't pay much for this. I think I paid $10 a piece for these 2 kits. I don't know where the O-rings would go. Unless they go inside here or something. Let's see if they fit inside the cap. Yeah, they kind of fit inside the cap. They fit down inside there. So probably that's where the O-rings would go. And then, well, nothing sits on it. So I don't know what the purpose of the O-rings are, but that's what you got. These little storage cups, which kind of look like suppressor baffles for some odd reason. But, you know, more or less, it's kind of a do-it-yourself suppressor kit if you wanted to. Okay, these here are all made out of aluminum and that. How good, durable, or usable this is, I would not know. All I can say is, you know, it's something that's out there. People are interested in them. A couple guys have done them, and for $10, you know, can't say you could go wrong. And it's pretty tight inside there. But a word of warning, you start drilling holes in these, and you know, it wouldn't be hard. Put that in the damn lathe and shoot holes through them. You will be violating federal law, so bear that in mind. But just out of curiosity and the fact people have asked me about these, I purchased one just to see what it's all about. And at $10 can't hurt. I could sell this at the flea market and add as is and get rid of it. So now there's several different types and versions out there. Like I said, I got these, and they give you a choice to ship from China or the US. I got these in about a week and a half. They come out of California. I ordered some other one. Now there's some other stuff they got out there that we'll take a look at it. It's pretty wild what it is, and it's kind of borderline. They're a little bit more expensive than this, but for $10, it's pretty neat. Okay, but like I said, you start drilling holes in this, you're going to violate some laws. But it's not a bad deal. They got a couple other different fancier styles of this, which I've ordered, but I believe they're coming from China, so it's going to be a while till I get them. But this is the one here that did come from California. I got the 2 of them in a matter of like a week, so that ain't bad. There are some other different styles and we'll look at the different styles and designs as I acquire them. And it's kind of hard, when we look at this, it's kind of hard to say it's some sort of fuel filter. Okay, but that's my review on this interesting little item. And like I said, you can find these, same thing, priced anywhere from $10 with shipping to $20, $30. And there's some other different sizes and more intricate internal filtering systems, shall we say. But that's kind of a look at one of these weird solvent traps or fuel oil filter traps. Something of interest. Does not say what it is, just a plain black box. Got the thread size on there. And like I said, for what I paid for it, it's fairly interesting. But there's some other stuff that's even more interesting that we will take a look at in a little bit later. Well, there's your Automotive fuel filter solvent trap, which I purchased. The company names on them, just go online and find it and get on one of the different companies. They sell all kinds of like Harbor Freight stuff on there. Alright, so stay tuned and we'll have some more on these when I get a couple different types in here, but pretty interesting as is.